You're welcome, ladies. So I'm going to start from my far right, Zoey Martinson, and then also Princess Fathia Nkrumah, and then Endurance Grant. So welcome, ladies.
Yeah, it's coincidental that today's Wednesday and we're all women in the studio.
Yes.
It's not like we sacked Cyril. We didn't sack him, but like
He had to go.
Unless
he was ready to be called Cyrilla. Or Cyrilline.
I like
then we'll
Cyrilline.
have him here. Cyrilline works here. Okay, so you have a new name. But hello, ladies. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank
Good
you
morning.
for having us.
Good morning. Okay, so they are here for the film The Fisherman, okay? But would also like to get to know just a little bit about them, and then now we'll talk about what brought them together to make the masterpiece. Who do I start with?
Zoey.
Okay, Zoey.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Zoey Martinson. I'm the writer-director of The Fisherman. And I might have blanked on the question.
I
was that student.
No, just it's fine. Just tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a writer-director. I started in theater in New York and internationally. I've had plays in South Africa and New York, around the country, in the US and then UK. I then moved into writing television. So I've written for shows on HBO. I wrote a show for HBO, and then I've directed for Showtime, Hulu, which is Disney Plus, and a bunch of other ABC.
A huge portfolio.
Yeah. It's starting to get bigger. And then I kind of broke away for a year during the strike to do an independent film, which is The Fisherman.
Okay. Wow. And here we are. Okay. All right. Princess.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. So should someone say that, oh, I don't know who Princess is. We've seen you in an ad, the cowbell ad.
Oh, yes. This is true.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And the place...
I mean, oh, yeah.
A place here. So, I mean, beyond commercial modeling, right? Who is Princess Fathia Nkrumah?
Ooh, Princess Fathia Nkrumah is an actress and producer, primarily at least. I also do some industrial work as well. But ultimately, acting has always been my first love. I developed my passion and skill when I was in high school in Texas. I was a member of the National Forensic League, which most people know as speech and debate. So that's when I really, on the competition circuit, you have no choice but to work really hard. Yeah. And I think that allows you to develop a lot of useful skills for the film world. And then outside of that, I just love understanding more about the world around me. It's why I got my LLB, because the laws that govern us are truly understanding the laws that govern us are the only way that we can enact change in the world around us, because that either makes or breaks really any society.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's me.
Okay. Beautiful. And then now we come to Endurance Grant, who on the larger scale is known as a dancer, okay? A very good dancer. But now we are seeing Endurance Grant in another wing of entertainment, which I love, okay? It's fine for you to dabble in, several industries or several branches of the same industry. But just let's assume that someone does not know who Endurance Grant is, briefly.
Okay, Endurance Grant is Ghanaian, Nigerian, a dancer, choreographer, now an actress by the grace of God.
Yes. Add to the portfolio.
An influencer who is also a member of DWP Academy, Ghana. Just passionate about her talents and where it's going to lead her to.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's important for her to impact with that talent as well. Yes. So as time goes on, they'll get to know a lot more.
Okay. Now, let's talk about The Fisherman, okay? Briefly, and then we'll go watch for those who haven't seen the trailer or the snippet, we'll go watch, right? But Zoey, being the writer, right, what was going through your mind at the point where you put pen to paper or you grabbed whatever pad that you used to say that this is what I want to write about?
Yes, this film is my fault. So if
and you know her. And yours is really nodding her head like she really wants to know what you were thinking.
Why me? I don't know. I've always been a little. I wouldn't say eccentric. I've always just been a little unique, and I think a time in which I spent a time living when I was younger in Keita in the Volta region.
Okay.
And
that's where my mom comes from.
Yeah. And so I think during that time, I was a strong swimmer. I had been on the swim team in the U.S. And so when it's a fishing community, and when the fishermen would need help, they would kind of call on me to come and help pull in the nets and swim into the ocean to help them, because I was strong in the... And so I didn't think, I'm going to tell a story about the fishermen at that time. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life at that time. But I think what it was is that in Keita, I was just embraced. Like, my magic realism mind, since the Ibwes are a little bit magical anyway, was accepted. And so it just felt like a place that I could just kind of be me in a really authentic way.
Right.
And I believe that just kind of stuck with me at some point. So like years later, our producer, Kofi Owusu-Afriye, I was shooting something in South Africa, and then I was coming through Ghana to shoot something for some company here, and then I was going to go back. He's like, while you're here, they're going to change over Jamestown and into this modern seaport with the Chinese. So we should go and document it. And so we didn't really have any plans. And I'm not a doc director, so I couldn't think of how to organize that.
Right.
But I was like, so overnight, I just wrote this funny script that was only 14 pages. And he was like, great, we're going to do it. I was like, all right. So we didn't have any money. We just asked a lot of amazing, kind of like Shirley loaned us cameras. Ramesh gave us some equipment.
And great.
We pulled together some money and we shot it in Jamestown before it kind of changed over. And that short film was edited, and we submitted it to this festival. And the first festival it got in the U.S., it won the festival, and then it qualified for the Oscars, and then it was bought by HBO, and then it went around the world, and we were just like, what?
What was the title of that?
It was just called The Fisherman. It's not even that original. I just copied the name.
Okay.
Yeah, and so from there, Kofi was like, there's a feature here. I just didn't really know what it was yet. So I think it took a few years to just kind of absorb different pieces, friends' stories, my stories. There's a scene about water, which is like the bane of my existence. I just did it the other day, where I was like, oh, can I have some water? And she was like, what? I'm like, water, oh, wata. You know, so I just put all these funny things that had kind of happened to me or to my friends here. And I also wanted to kind of expand the story, but really explore kind of class. I wanted to explore women's empowerment, which is actually a big theme in the film. I wanted to kind of explore this changing of the country that I had seen as I'd been coming back each time. And so there's larger, deeper themes that are in the film. It's just I like to deliver those with sugar.
With some humor.
With the sugar.
With some humor. But what brought you to Ghana as a child and to Keita?
Yeah, so my father passed away. And I didn't have a big connection to that side. So I'm obviously mixed.
Okay.
So my mom is Native American and Norwegian, and my father is Ewe and African and African American. So I just didn't have a connection. I was kind of just like, my mom felt like I was a little lost, and she's just like, you need to go get connected. So somehow they got in touch with the chief at Ho, and he's like, she should come here. And then they just shipped me off. Like,
how long were you here for?
Maybe I was a little naughty.
Maybe.
They just were like, you need to like settle, you know? And I think I did, you know, they were right.
How long were you here for?
I was here for 1.5 years. And then I came back. And then I came back again. And then I just have been coming back probably for the last 15 to 20 years.
Okay. All right. So to Princess and Endurance, right? I saw you nod the entire time Zoey was talking. What's the fascination for you about The Fisherman that got you interested in saying that I want to be in this?
Ooh. Do you want to take it first?
Me first, the talking fish.
The talking fish,
The talking fish.
That's genius.
Definitely.
I think for me, like Zoe had said, I had seen the short film on HBO. So when the casting director, Malco Kwazi, sent me the sides for the initial audition, I was reading it and I saw the name Atauko. And then I noticed the fish and I said, is this the same project? It's like they can't remake the short. It's already done so well. Are they making a feature? So I freaked out. I was like, absolutely. Because I remember the short just being so beautiful. And I've always loved like magical realism. And it's more often than not told so brilliantly by people of color, specifically Black women, and knowing that this was being told in a way that highlighted Ghanaian culture was something that we've seen in our traditional way of life and in our traditional storytelling by the fireside, but we haven't really seen in the medium of film. And I thought that was absolutely incredible.
Okay. Now, AC mentioned earlier when we watched it on our movie of the day that she would want to know who voiced
the fish.
The fish.
Oh, Dulo Harris.
Okay.
Is
he Ghanaian?
No, I'm sorry. Dulo is a really hysterical Nigerian American comedian.
Okay.
And he does a lot of voices for animals
on
Instagram. So he's an influencer,
right,
and a comedian.
He has great character.
Yeah,
he does.
Because just the voice, and I'm trying to
and
think.
He's funny.
Yeah, you know,
he's so funny. And he had done the voice for the short. So I was like, okay, I have to keep him. And he was like, oh, you're not going to replace me. You're not going to replace me. Like, no, you're fine. You know, so I think we're like tethered. I can't.
Yeah. Coming together, you know, cast and crew, what went into selecting all of these people?
Maoko was the casting director.
Okay.
So he gave me a list of people he thought would be really good. And then he was calling them in to audition, and he was sending us tapes. Kofi and I were still in Venice because we were in this lab, and that's how we got financing for the film. So he was sending us tapes, and I remember like seeing, especially Endurance come in, and I was just like, it was as if I wrote the role for her. It was so crazy. I was like, whoa. Oh,
so Endurance auditioned?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
That's cool.
But I didn't know she was actually, I'm not big on socials, as I've tried to be better now, but like at the time I wasn't huge on it, so I wasn't aware that she had such a prolific following or of the brand. So I didn't know. I just knew her as an actress coming into audition, which is probably good. And then afterwards, they were like, no, this is Endurance Grant. I was like, oh my God, she's so dope. She's going to do it. You know, like then I kind of fangirled out. But I think at first it was just talent, the talent and the connection, and to be able to breathe life into this character that I was a little worried I wouldn't find actually in Ghana.
Okay, no, before we move ahead, I want to find out from Endurance, what made you want to audition? Because largely you're known as a dancer. So has anyone been talking to you to branch into that field? Also because you do great on your TikTok when it comes to, you know, putting out lines and miming and all of that. So is that the inspiration or what happened?
I think it happened naturally, and I just wanted to give it a shot. And looking at the story and the character Sasha, it actually aligned with my values, what I stand for, the message I was trying to put across. It wasn't easy, because this time now I had to do it in front of a camera, like live the life of this character in front of a camera and make sure that the message is being processed or passed like nicely. So it wasn't easy, but at the same time I was just grateful that character was there in the script and I could embrace it.
It felt like it was made for you.
Oh, I was nervous at first, but
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So
beyond the fact that you align with some of the values of the character, how did you have to now ease into it to make sure that even though the values align, you are not also playing Endurance in there and you're playing Sasha?
I think that one is deep. It's actually deep. But I tried not to get lost because our stories were like very, very similar. But I think one of the messages I wanted to carry from Sasha was the empowerment it brought, right? Sasha was reserved. I'm kind of reserved, but not reserved. Sasha is reserved. She's chill. You know, she's intelligent. When it comes to school, I wasn't up to that, but I try not to get lost in just being me. I try to embrace. I'm new to this. You get me? So I had to seek advice from the places that I could find, people that I could see. Zoey helped me a lot. Small asked her little questions just to know, okay, how do I go about this? But she didn't know. I was just trying to keep conversations going. But I ultimately didn't want to get lost just playing Endurance Grant, because at that point I was telling someone else's story that Zoe has envisioned. So yeah.
Okay, Princess.
Yes, ma'am.
With you've done a few productions, you've acted in a few movies and all of that, right? So I'm going to ask you what some of the high moments for you in this production were. What differentiator did you see with it? Because even with us sitting back, we are like, this is refreshing. This is something that we typically don't see in a Ghanaian movie. Although it's probably telling the typical life of certain people, right? But we don't see it as often. Right?
Yeah.
So what was that refreshing thing for you? What was that high? Or what were those highs for you in being a part of this production?
I recently saw the film in full.
Okay.
And I was blown away. I knew it was going to be incredible because speaking with Zoe, reading the script, being on set with such incredibly talented people who cared about the project that they were working on meant that it was going to be successful no matter what happened. But after watching it in full, one thing was very clear to me. It was a project that wasn't only handled with care, but also imbued with so much authenticity.
Right.
Not only Zoe's authenticity, but the authenticity of the characters that she was trying to tell, of the town that she was trying to create, of the actors as well. And I think that's what makes this so special. It's that people were cast who were perfect for the role. I, in all my years, have not seen many actors as incredibly appropriate for a role as Endurance. She made me cry so many times.
Oh,
Yeah.
did she?
No, I cried at least 3 times watching the film solely because of her.
Yeah.
She
I felt
to-
goosebumps.
no,
No,
as
it
you
was-
should. She told it with so much honesty and heart. And everybody did. Uncle Ricky showed up and he was so hilarious even in between takes. The energy never dropped. Like, and I think I've said this before during our scene in the bank scene. In between takes, I was looking at the DP. I was like, should we be filming? Because all of it was so funny. William was such a force. Kiki Romy, Auntie Mina, everybody showed up and showed out. And I think when there's such a collaborative spirit involved where talent meets heart, you really can't go wrong. And that's, I think, what made this project so special. And I hope that people in Ghana or even outside Ghana who hope to invest in film here would now understand that when we're telling stories that are authentically our own, they can be successful.
Oh, I like that.
Also, I have to add.
Okay.
So Princess had auditioned for a project that we were casting, and it was going to be this Netflix thing, and she had auditioned. So I had been watching her audition for that, and she was so good. And like, she was ultimately, we were going to cast you, but then the project ended up going under because the division of Netflix kind of changed.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know
And
that you were on.
Oh yeah.
This is the first time I'm finding out.
I was like, she was gonna be this lead, and this other woman, Gina Castell was gonna, like, we had them all.
Gina's great.
She's so good.
Gina's
and so
amazing.
when I
Yeah.
came, I was like, I actually said to Malco, Princess, we have to see Princess audition because she's so talented, you know, like, and so like that's something just for actors out there
cry
that
now.
every audition you do, it maybe the project just went under for reasons that are completely outside of our control, like a whole division of a film,
Right.
collapsed, but like. We are watching, and it doesn't mean that you're not incredibly talented. You know, like we remember, and that was
Yes.
what, 2 years, a year before, 2 years before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, it
2
was.
years.
If I should say anything about what you all have said, I've heard auditions, and I want to applaud the team for actually taking time to run auditions, and for the cast as well for going to auditions, because even though sometimes auditions are a big thing here, they will also say that for some people as well, they already have handpicked or have over the top of their heads who they want to be in there. Okay, and I just like that, you know, you guys ran the audition for this
Yeah.
one.
But
So good job.
with that, I'd like to ask a question. I feel like it gets really mixed up, auditions and cast calls. Is it different or is it the same thing?
I don't know what a cast call is here. Like
Okay.
I only know auditions.
Okay.
But I would say, like, I also kind of believe just in God and energy. Like, I think that whoever is supposed to be in that room will be in that room, and that there's this, like, I don't ever get afraid. And maybe that comes that I will find the person, and maybe that comes from working on casting for Beast of No Nation, where I was working and trying to find so many people.
You've
but
been
I saw
at it.
Yeah, but I saw so much talent in Ghana, so I knew the talent was there. Like, there was no question for me being like, am I going to find? I think there was just like, can we get the right people in? And the other thing is, some actors have reached a level in their career, you know, where they won't audition. But then I just say, for me, that's just, it's just they're not meant to be in my work, you know, because I have to see whether they attach. I want to see every actor, I think, is a collaborator. You know, I don't want to tell them how to play their part. I don't want to take away their artistry. So I want to see what excites them about it. I want to see them come into the room and be an artist and tell me, like, this is who I think this character is, so that we can collaborate together. But if they don't want to do that, I totally respect it too, because they're, you know, they've had such a big career. It's just that I then need to know, are you gonna, like, is this an artistic project for you? You know, like, it's just not for me, so I don't take it personal. But I think auditions are important in that way, to know if they want to work with me too.
Oh no, I understand that. Now, also with the setting of the film, I want to know if you experienced any challenges while shooting. You shot in Ghana, right? Most part of it, yes. I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's okay. No, the whole film's in Ghana.
The whole film. And which part of Ghana?
We shot in Accra, Winneba.
Okay.
Then we shot in Buzia and Butre.
Okay, so what were some of the challenges you faced, if any? If you did face any of them?
I think our budget was actually really limited. So we were really scared that we wouldn't be able to achieve what we wanted to do with the budget we had. Kofi and King Lu, they went into businesses in Accra to help save costs, and we asked for sponsorship. The businesses couldn't give us money, but they would say, okay, you know what, you can shoot in our bank, put our logo on it, and we won't charge you. So that then cut the cost of locations. Like Nsonam did this, they were so generous and let us shoot overnight. There was Katia, let us shoot a whole, like, funny scene in there. And then Republic let us, like, transform their entire restaurant during the day into a casino.
Wow.
Yeah, because we couldn't shoot in the casinos, you know, because of, like, laws. So, but it's like a small table casino, not like a big. But they were just, you know, these businesses stepped up to kind of support filmmakers and artists in a way where sometimes it's not always money. Sometimes it is just saying, you know what, I'll see you, I'll give you space, and you can, like, give us credit. You know, like, that's a really great exchange. So that's kind of how we were able to achieve a lot of our locations on the budget that we had.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that you were in Venice, also seeking for funding, right? And I like that you've taken that step also for the guys who helped you, you know, cut down costs with location and all of that. Would you say, however, that, you know, you foresee that you would need, you know, a lot more funding? I'm only asking to ask that some people may not understand what it takes to pump money into movies, and so it would have them end up doing the mediocre or the bare minimum, right? To which extent have you stretched yourself to make sure that this production is what you have envisioned?
Financing film is hard. I think Kofi is obviously born and raised here, the producer. I born and raised predominantly in the U.S. Both of these countries don't have film funds. You know, they don't have grants for filmmakers to make funds, to make movies.
The U.S. doesn't have that?
No.
Really?
No, they just have a commercial. Like, the U.S. has studios, like, commercial production, but there's financing, but it's through, like, asking people to come on board, and then they take ownership of your film, and then you sell it, basically. So it's a marketplace. Ghana, it's similar but smaller. Obviously, less people want to invest in film, but it's the same. You're asking for investors. So these two countries are very hard to make an independent feature that is maybe a little off the grain, you know, as far as magic realism, talking fish, you know, like it might not be the thing people are like, yeah, that's my moneymaker. I'm gonna invest in that film. So Kofi, I think he brought it to my attention. A lot of the European countries started to let Africa apply for film financing. And so once we heard that Venice, there was like Germany does it. I think the UK has one. So and then Saudi Arabia. So there's like certain kind of places that you can apply for financing and for an African story. And so he wanted me to kind of apply with him for the Venice one, and we got in, and then we had to go to a lab there. They flew us out for a lab. After the lab, we had to pitch it to their government and their film financing, and from there we had to write a script. It was like a long process to get money, and then we had to submit budgets. He had to like break down everything and make sure that they were going to approve of the line item budget. And so in that process, we were already budgeting for the amount they were going to give us, and I was already writing according to what we hoped we could achieve within that. So we came in kind of like super prepared, but knowing it was like super low budget. Actually, it's kind of lower than some of the bigger Ghanaian films budget even.
Wow.
So yeah, I know. So it was just limiting. It's kind of like, you know, it's hard.
But premiere is coming, right? So would like to know as well. Princess is smiling all the way through. The movie has already won certain awards, like I mentioned, but it's now coming to Ghana, right? What do you anticipate that the Ghanaian audiences will love about this movie? And that should go for the two of you.
Oh, take it away.
Well, as you've rightly said, The Fisherman is coming home, finally. It's been all over the world. I think it's even been to South Korea. So the fact that it's finally here.
Should we be hits?
Well,
That is coming
It was just the right time. It was just the right time.
No, you shouldn't be hurt because we're getting a full premiere
Yeah.
in the theaters where everyone can come. And those were for festivals.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think we got the better end of the stick.
Okay.
I'm just saying. But I think what Ghanaian audiences are going to really enjoy is that this is a project that's going to be like a breath of fresh air. It's refreshing while also holding up a mirror to them and showing that our filmmakers do care about certain issues that are plaguing certain communities. Like we talk about, or rather we highlight some of the environmental issues that are plaguing coastal cities. Accra is a coastal city. Our water bodies are being destroyed, and this is a major issue here in Ghana right now. And I think that the fact that the film highlights that will prove to the audience that we care about you, we see you, and we're highlighting your issues as well as your strengths in a way that is beautiful and most importantly, funny. There's so much heart and humor in this project. And I think also the best thing about it is that it's a family film.
Yes.
So the whole family can come and see it.
Exactly.
There's so many projects that I've been in that I can't bring my nibblings to, you know, so my nephews and nieces, they're like, can we come? I'm like, no, but this one they can come to, and I'm so excited. People can bring the whole family and have an incredible time watching a film where the characters look like them, you know?
And which kid doesn't want to see a talking fish?
Yes.
Right? Bridging the gap between drama and comedy and all of that. But Zoe, can you just take us through, you know, a few of the festivals that The Fisherman has been to, and then also the awards that you've won so far?
Yeah, so it premiered in Venice, which was kind of monumental. Endurance got to come out there. It was monumental in the fact that it was the first time a Ghanaian film has ever been an official selection of that festival.
Wow.
And so it was the first time the flag got to be flown. And I hope what it did, and I think Kofi and I are really excited, is that it opened the door for them because they were so excited by it. And it was like sold out for all its shows.
Yes.
And it had the standing ovation. You guys got this huge standing ovation.
Tears.
Tears. And so what it did is like this year they chose another African project,
Okay.
you know, and I was like, that's all we could do is just say like you should consider that great storytelling also is here. So that made me really happy. After that, it's gone into like the Pan African Festival in LA won an award, the American Black Film Festival, which is one of the largest in the U.S. for Black cinema, and it won that, which is the first time an African film has won that film festival. It's gone on to so many. It ran in 3 cities in South Korea at Art House Cinemas. It's gone into Australia. It's about to go to Brazil, Trinidad, Tobago. It's going on. It's just going. It's about to go to Japan. I guess they just contacted us this week. So it's like we're kind of piecing it together. I think one reason we wanted to have this premiere in Ghana. And the thing about festivals we learned is that they'll sometimes pay screening fees. Not a lot, it's just a little. So what we did is that we're like, let's run it in festivals to try and raise money for the premiere in Ghana. Because you have to have posters, you have to have billboards, you have to, you know, like these things have costs. And so what we did is it was smart. The producers kind of ran it, always asked for a screening fee. Sometimes they don't give them. Sometimes they say they're going to give them and they don't. You know, but like we were able to kind of after a while like raise at least enough money, and then we're like, okay, now we're going to go. We're not going to just keep running it in festivals. We're going to like go into Ghana. We're going to give it press. We're going to, you know, like give it what it deserves.
So that answers your question.
Yeah.
Why they're now coming to Ghana.
Yes, but I also wanted to find out, because I was actually going to fight with William and you
Really?
about that, because I saw their content in Venice, but we didn't get to see more of what was happening at the film festival itself. Also because I wanted to ask this question, maybe it was private and so maybe you couldn't share, but it would have been nice to see the whole standing ovation. And I feel like the media wasn't exactly involved in when the film was, you know, doing the roaming with the film festivals. I felt like since it was such a great story and it was winning amazing awards, we at the Music always pride in sharing the Ghanaian story and making sure that people outside know that Ghana is working hard. Clouds was here to talk about their movie. We always give avenues for this. So I was really sad and a little
We actually
mad.
showed the best that we could.
Yeah.
But I feel like as at that time, it wasn't paid. It wasn't given attention as at that time.
Really?
The story, they didn't see the story. Yeah, we tried to project.
Well,
our
we
experience
did
in
when
Venice
we
and
found out
stuff.
you won the award. I think you ran a
Yeah.
story on that.
The
We
standing
did that.
ovation was all on social media.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, it's,
I don't know how I
it's
missed that, but I
okay,
saw
so-
all
Yeah.
the other videos. Really.
Yeah,
I did
okay.
see all
not
the other
here, and I
videos.
will give you credit for doing it. But I
Yes,
think
exactly.
one thing is like we like our producers and Malco, they were releasing press releases. It's just that you then need the media to support it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so if they don't, like we, you know, we can't do much. And so we were releasing stuff here. They were trying to get attention here and saying, guys, this is like pretty big for Ghana. And a few places did. So I definitely say thank you so much for doing that, because we were trying, you know,
Yeah.
but it was also like, one thing we learned as producers taking an indie film out is like what thing we made a mistake is that we didn't budget for after the film, which is a whole part of a budget that as newbies in this arena, we just didn't even know. Like we thought, we were just naive about it, you know? And so what happened afterwards is that we realized we needed to release a film. There's all these costs, you know, and we just didn't have that in the film budget, and
I
nor did we
understand
have room for that in our film budget. So then we had to kind of strategize and be like, how are we now going to raise these
That
costs?
money.
Yes, exactly, to release the film. So, you know, you learn as you go
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I understand.
next
Distribution.
time,
Hopefully,
next time we'd put it in the
Distribution is a
budget.
lot.
Yes,
So I would
and
say
it
to
will be better.
filmmakers, make sure you put your P&A costs and your distribution costs in your budget. Don't wait till
Very
the film
important.
comes out
Very, very
and then
important.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
important.
So now let's talk about the premiere dates and times, and then we'll wrap up on the conversation.
Okay. Friday, this Friday. What are you doing? Oh, you're coming to the Fisherman. That sounds amazing. You're going to see all these amazing actors like Endurance and Lily and Princess and Uncle Fred and Uncle Ricky. And they're going to be there at 6 o'clock, red carpet, 7 p.m. show, 9 p.m. show, Accra Mall, Silverbird. And then on Saturday, we're going to have a more like meet and greet with the cast and whoever's available. And I'll be there, and you can come see us at West Hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so Saturday is not at Accra Mall.
Saturday, well, the meet and greet thing will be at West
At
Hills, just to
West
give them
Hills.
some shine
Okay.
and
Okay.
some
But
love.
how long will the movie be showing for?
It should be for sure showing for 2 weeks, probably a month. And then it'll just depend on other things coming into the cinema. So if you don't catch it, if you want to really for sure see it, make sure you go in the first 2 weeks because other films come in and, the cinema's not that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you said if they don't catch it in cinemas, where else can they?
We are working on that
Okay.
right now.
Okay. All right.
But
Yeah.
stay tuned. It's not
Stay
dead in the water.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed. Stay tuned, and ladies, thank you, and also now congratulations on pulling off such a great
Thank you
body
so
of work. We want to see more of it.
Yes,
We want to see more of it.
Very
Yeah,
refreshing.
we want to see more of it. And yeah. Anyway, thank you also for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And it's a Wednesday, so let's say that it is a Woman Crush Wednesday as well. So just find that woman in your life and appreciate them the best way you can. Okay, it is the Culture Daily Morning Show, and time check 10:02, and that means that we are drawing the curtains all the way down on the show. But curtain will go up again tomorrow at 7 a.m. Okay, 7 to 10 a.m. Mondays through to Fridays. My name is Lernie Lomote.